When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, This was he who we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, it says there, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that has afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. Yeah, when they see it, they shall be troubled with fear. Yeah, man, they're troubled with fear, man. Like I say, they're having cancelling. The Edomites are having a lot of cancelling now. How to deal with the fact that, come to terms with the fact that they may well be Edomites. They may be Edomites, and when you hear sometimes of suicides, there's letters that we will never hear about. There's letters that go into that why they're committing suicide, and that has a big part of it. So that's why they want to try and bring messing with brothers' channels.
And the sad thing, Salaki, the sad thing is, and the funny thing is, when they commit suicide, all they do is go up to the spirit realm and realise that they have to come back down again. Yeah. and they're going to come back in the kingdom. And then they're coming back when it's going to be worse. Because right now, they're in their power. So as you were saying, the best thing for them to do is live it up, man. Max the credit card out, go on the holidays, do everything you can. Because the next time you're born, you're going to be born into chains, man. So the worst thing for an Edomite to do is really to commit suicide, man. Because you're cutting your fun short. You're cutting your heaven short. You might as well live it out, man.
That's why we read in Lamentations, 5th chapter, says, rejoice and be glad. Because this is your time to rule. It's your time to shine, man.
Yeah, and in line with what you said, one of the brothers broke it down. An Edomite was on his deathbed, but he died. He died for a little while, and he went up in the heavens, and he said that, the Most High, Yahweh, is black. He came back and he related his story to his Jake wife, and the Jake wife told one of the Akim. He said, or told her story.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he said he's a black, and he's very tricky.
He's a black.
Because all their life, he's not partial. He's very merciful. So to them, when he came back, he said he's very tricky. He's tricky to you.
I remember that testimony.
You remember?
Yeah.
In that little period of time that he died, he said he came back. He said, he's very tricky. Not what we thought he was, in other words. So they have to come to terms with that. He's not all inclusive to them. The ones have to come to terms with the fact, which we know now they're not coming and arguing anymore. First they was persecuting us. Then there was walking and smirking and trying to belittle us with their smirking and laughing. And then now they just want to act like we're not even here now. So this word has gone out, man. Yeah. So you can read that again, Baba Kushas.
This Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1.
2,
2, yeah. 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
3.
So far beyond all that they repented, the Spirit shall say within himself, this was he whom he had sometimes in derision.
Yeah. Yes,
and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honour.
Yeah. That's how they still feel that way about us. They still feel that way about us. So they're repenting and they're groaning for anguish of spirit. They're anguished, they're perplexed right now, man. Yeah. Shall say within themselves, this was to whom we had sometimes in derision. That slavery, man. And mocking. And there's a breakdown of what they used to do to a lot of us. Some woman had us in slavery. A lot of these like slave masters, they go under the radar. They get praised, but you don't hear about all the atrocities that they've done. And this woman, I can't remember her name. I might do a video on it. She used to have them up in her cellar in some big castle, slaves, and she used to poke out their eye, pull their eyes out, man. And she had a whole load of slaves, and she used to do sex changes on them, because that's what we're hearing about, this transgender and all that. This was one of the first transgenders slavery, because there was an operation that was taken place. This woman was known as being she was like a monster. I can't remember the name. I don't want to say the wrong word. And she used to do all kinds of abominable things to her slaves, man. That she had loads of them, you know. Torture them, cut off their legs, dismember them, put them in the cellar, and even the French had to run her. It's lucky it weren't France. It was somewhere in America. They had to run her out of America, man, and run her back to France because she was such a monster.
It's lucky, and even George Washington, he made a whole set of dentures out of teeth from his slaves, man.
Yeah.
He's even like some fucking wicked, man.
Yeah.
The shit that they did to Jake, man.
Yeah, and it's all going to come out, as it says there, read 4 and then 5, and then that's it.
This verse 4, it says, "We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot among the saints?"
Yeah, man. So they didn't think that we'd be doing this, man. You know, as it says in 1, standing up and speaking with great boldness after all that they've done to us. Because if it was to happen to any other nation, that would be the end of them, man. That they, you know, through the Most High Spirit, he preserved us, didn't he? You know.
Verse 18.
Bring it out.
This is Revelation 11 and 11. So it says, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, Come up to hither, and they ascended up in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them."
Yeah. Yeah, man. Read that again.
This is Revelation 11 and 11. So it says that after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah. No, that reminds me of, innit? That reminds me of. Yeah.
Valley of the Dragon.
Yeah. Because fear fell upon them, innit? When they saw us stand up on our feet, you know? We were supposed to be, that reminds me of that movie, man. Jason and the Argonauts. I've done a video on it, man. Because straight come to my mind, it's one of the 60s, like 70s, where Jason is faced with these, a sorcerer. So as he's approaching the sorcerer's does some sorcery, throws down some stones, and they go into the ground and they come up alive, and they just come through the earth, and they start going after Jason. You know, so his like breath of life go back into the earth and bring forth, like, resurrect skeletons. And he has to fight them off, man. That's what comes to mind.
It's Ezekiel 37 and 12. So lucky. Ezekiel 37 and 12. "Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord thy power, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your land, your own land. Then shall you know that I, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have spoken it, and I performed it, saith the Lord."
Yeah. They've tried to throw the kitchen sink at us, man, after letting us go, innit? The lynching, the pussifying, after the lynching, the pussifying of Christianity, that, you know, the persecution and the pussifying in Christian church. We're supposed to be totally ignorant of our God, you know. It's one of the first things that I acknowledged, man. Yahushua was Yahweh, while Yahushua was black. And Yahushua, when he walked the earth, he was a black man, man. And if he's walking the earth today, you know, they'll be calling him all kinds of bywords, you know. So, that crucifying didn't work, man, for the most part, on his potential elect. Because now what we're doing, He says, therefore prophesy, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord, behold my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring unto you unto a land of Israel, man. Coming out of the graves, man. You know? Prophets of doom. I don't mind, you know, you can call us prophets. So,
Oh, no, I feel you.
I think you going to say something. Yeah. Well, what does the scripture say about that, man? For you to come up out of the graves and bring you unto the land of Israel. You shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves and my people and brought you up out of the graves, man. And shall put my spirit in you and shall live, and you shall live, and you shall place you in your own land. When shall you know that I am the Lord, spoken it, and performed it, saith the Lord. Yes. So we're prophesying, you know, in our lot, you know, in our lot.
It's same chapter, Ezekiel 37 and 3. So it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thy power thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord thy power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So this is Ezekiel prophesying that in the end times, the dry bones, okay, we're going to come together, man, right?
Yeah, man.
And you know the elect, you know, 144,000 and the 1/3, we're gonna come together through the Spirit power, Yahweh Shai, and wake up to this truth, and be delivered from this coming destruction.
Get Isaiah 47 to end it off for the next one to come. End off with this one. Isaiah 47.
So it's like
from the top, yeah.
Because those dry bones represent us in a dead state. And then the scripture said that those bones were going to come together and the Lord was going to put flesh on the bones.
Yeah, son.
This is Isaiah 47 from the top, verse 1, and it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks and make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, that's what we see now, man. They're coming down, Babylon, you know. On the whole, Babylon all over is coming down, man. Yeah, all the Americas, all the states, all the brother brought out the scripture, the pestilence, the famine, the fires. Like I say, a little bit of fire, a little bit of rain, a little bit of water. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. That's some of the videos that I ain't talking, you know. Because with the Most High ain't turned it up yet. Yeah, it ain't really showed his power yet. It's just a little taste of things to come, man. So Babylon is sitting, you know, it's like when you have to, your child is wicked or he's rebellious, and you tell him to sit down. You must run up and kill children. You have to mission. He said, come down, sit down. He said, come here, boy. You have to grab him, put him down and hold him there, man. Sit the ass down, boy, and don't move until it's time for him. He looks in the eye. Because he knows what might come. So,
And it says, verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
yeah, you ain't no blouse in you. There ain't no lady, you're a whore, man.
That's right.
Like, you know, you get some of these women and you ask them how many men, you know. Well, we don't want to talk too much about the woman thing, but, you know, man. But you ask them how many, you know.
That's what they always say, man. You say, oh yeah, you getting to know them. You take them to dinner and shit. Oh yeah, let's get to know each other, babe. And then you ask her that question. Oh, you don't need to know that. But you just said, let's get to know each other. And that's something I want to know. You know, they get defensive about it.
Yeah, man.
You know.
So, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of the kingdoms, man.
Yeah, can't.
You know, they've been around, man. All these women have been around. We're going to get off of that. Let's go to 6.
6, and it says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And
Yeah.
thou...
Yeah.
Okay.
For my people, I have polluted mine inheritance. For I was wroth with my people. And so you know, he allowed you, man. The Most High allowed you, you know, with his wrath. And you think you got it on your own merit, man. You know. And he given them unto thine hand, and thou dost show them no mercy. You showed us no mercy, man. Still showing us no mercy. You know, because what they're doing now, they're still killing us. They're still shooting them down. You know, which is all of the Most High, the judgment of the Most High. And it's wicked if you want to get somewhere in this world. Or if you just think about that for a second. If you want to get a little bit of a decent, like you've been in the ghetto all your life.
Yeah.
One of the brothers said that. You've been in the ghetto all your life. When you want to get out of the ghetto, you have to sell your soul. How wicked can you get, man? That's wicked. Even though the Jakes do it, it's wicked on the Jakes part to do it. To do that to somebody is, you know, you want to take everything, man.
It's lucky because you got this song by this group called NSG called Options, and in the chorus he goes, "I want to make a bill 9 to 5 and an option," because in that lyric in itself he's saying you can't make it big on a 9 to 5, man. So you got this on wickedness in order to make it basically. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so a lot of people they do all kind of things just because they want to. You know, in some cases they want to just have their daily bread. If you want to be up there with me, so which you shouldn't want to be up there because that's right.
Even like on a lower level than selling out your soul and stuff, yeah. On a regular job, you can't be yourself. Man.
Yeah.
You gotta come in Esau spirit to even have a job, man. Because that's what you deem corporate, man. Like in a workplace, if you talk like how Jake talk, they're gonna look at you like, he shouldn't be here. You gotta put on that voice and stuff. Even that on a lower level is like, you know, living up to his standards, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you ain't gonna make it, man. They're gonna tell you in the interview process, you weren't good enough, you know.
Yeah. And Dr. Boyce Watkins, which I listened to some of what he says with the economy and building up your own finances and your own economy. Some of the things that you have to pick out the bones, but a lot of the things he says to you to get somewhere, you got to be fake.
Exactly.
You got to be fake.
Fake it till you make it actually works in this kingdom.
Yeah,
When you really think of it, a lot of people, everybody's full of bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And the only way you make it is by faking it, man.
Yeah.
Pretending to be something that you're not, and then they say, yeah, you meet the criteria. Now you're qualified for this position, man. But then when you go home, that's why everybody's tired when they go home, man. Because they put off that character.
And so this is how you know Esau's full of shit, because he'll tell you, don't judge someone on their appearance, judge them based on their character. But you can't go to a job interview wearing a Nike Tech tracksuit and Adidas sliders with a scruffy beard, you know, and showing your CV. No way.
You saw I had to wear the shirt and the pants and the trousers coming from work. If I went to work like in my chore clothes, man, they're gonna look at you funny, man. They're gonna tell you go home and change. You know?
So because they never showed us no mercy, you ain't even going to be able to ask questions. You've got to know why we're not showing you mercy in the kingdom.
Verse
7.
Verse 7. And it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
You just read 8, yeah?
That's 7.
All right, read 8. We're going to carry on reading until... it's going to go until the end of the chapter. Yeah?
Okay, come on.
Then I'm going to...
And it says, from verse 8 on down, it says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. Thou shalt come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Where are you now?
11.
11, alright.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee.
Yeah, stop there, Baba Shot. Yeah, we refer to this as even with the flash floods, man.
Yeah.
When I was interviewing them, they said, well, you know, so why you come? He said, I didn't know what happened. Before I know it, I was up there, the whole house was flooded downstairs. I had to go upstairs. It all happened so quickly, you know. But it's symbolic of how when the Most High's going to get you, man. You won't even know what hit you, man. You know. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it shall be risen. One woman was already swept away. People just get swept away just like that. Before she realised where she is, she's drowning in her car.
Yeah.
You know.
Even with there's a video out. Even with the missiles, right? When they impact, right? Before you even realise that something's gone on, your body's already melting.
Yeah, yeah.
Your brain is. That's how it shows you how quick it is. Your brain can't even process. Oh shit, a bomb's gone off or a missile's gone off. Before you can even process that, your skin's melting and your flesh, man.
Yeah. They interviewed one guy and you could see he just resigned to the fact that he's either going to have to go, move, or just give up and just. Because they asked one woman, he said, "What do you think we should do? Should we move, or should we just give up?" They was exhausted, man. The guy, you could see he's having a little. He probably had a whole crate of drinks in it upstairs, man. He said, "I'm going to just drunk myself and just let the water come and take me, man." It's a serious thing, you know. 13.
And it says, "Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee."
What can I do? Oh, we want Boris Johnson to come and get us because they can't turn. There's no God for them.
Yeah, there's no God. Yeah.
And those witches, because there's a whole heap of witches in England, a whole heap of witches doing witchcraft. It's not saving them, is it?
Yeah.
You know? Read that again, Babu Shah.
Verse 13, and it says, "Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee."
Politicians, they're witches, you know. So they said, "Oh shit, what if we got Boris Johnson?" Someone who had a bit of sense said, "Well, what can he do if he comes? There's nothing he can do. He can't stop the rain from coming down." That was spiritual, man. It's only the Most High can stop the rain from coming down.
That's right.
You're right about that. So when Tony was David Cameron, when there was a flood in a lot of these wetland countries, he come with his Wellington boots and going through, and he could have dropped it himself.
That's what they do. BBC News, 6 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, yeah? All these people do, they get a train or they get driven down from London up to like the Midlands where these things are happening, Yorkshire, them sides there, and they just, oh yeah, so you know, we've got a budget, and all they do is walk around to the community centre and go home, but it's still flooded. So what does that do?
They're going to do a $1 billion computer now that's going to be able to take the weather a bit more earlier. That's just talk, man.
Esau's getting desperate, man.
In 2026. That's what
The rain's still gonna come, so what's the point, fam?
money going to save them. Yeah, we're going to finish off with the last two verses, 14 and 15.
14, and it says, "Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast laboured, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander, every one to his quarter, none shall save thee."
Right, we've seen that already. We've seen it on a small scale now, on a low scale now. When the Most High turns it up,
Yeah.
As it says there, none shall save thee. Slight change there.
Yeah, man. That's it. What have you got? Yeah, man. Might as well, man. That's it, man. None shall save you. Hey, that's beautiful. Being an Edomite is a terminal disease, man.
That's right.
There's no cure for that, man. What it can do is, you know, diagnose it and wait your time out, man. This a place I've never seen before, but I saw it the other day, yeah. It's called palliative care, man. I had to walk through that, and I can't lie. If you're a weak-spirited person, that can make you very sad, man. Because palliative care is the ward where there's no cure for you. You're just waiting to die, man. And they have nurses there that you know spiritual leaders like imams for Muslims and vicars for Christians and stuff like that. And the nurses there just helping you out. But there's no real cure. You're literally waiting on death row in a hospital, man. But that's the equivalent of being an Edomite, man. There's nothing you can do, you know. Go on.
It's it's like it's Isaiah 34:2.
Yeah.
So it says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Is that from 2 again?
It's Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Yeah, that indignation is what? Is righteous and justified anger, man. So the wrath that this world is beginning to see, as the brother was talking about, but the Lord ain't really started yet. But when we do see it, man, it's not just a random attack, man. You know, it's actually, there's a reason behind it, okay? Because of the wickedness that's going on here, man. You know? But that indignation is coming, man. Right?
Verse 2, it's like in verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Your government structures are going to be melted, man. All right. Your police force and all of that stuff, man. It's going to be every man for himself, man. You're not going to have a structure because they're going to lose control, man. Okay, the same way they're starting to lose control with these biological warfares and stuff, man. It's getting out of hand, you know. Like they always make them movies where they make the robots, and then the robots turn on them, and then now they're fighting their own creation, basically, type of thing. That's how it's going to be, man. All right. So your systems are going to be dissolved because of the destruction going on.
Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And
that's talking about what the ICBMs, okay? Because those missiles, as we always say, man, they're not made for no reason. Like you can make something and it's a sculpture, it's a statue, yeah. Like this thing here, this was made as a sculpture, as a statue of this man, William Pitt, okay? Whoever he is, all right. But missiles aren't made to look pretty, man.
God.
Missiles are there to be used, okay? So it's going to be used. And what happens upon impact, man? A mushroom cloud. Alright? You know? Go on. Go on. What book were we just in? Isaiah 34. Yeah, so when Isaiah was seeing this vision, he actually saw the impact of the ICBMs. He saw America getting nuked, man. Okay? You know? And that's why I said the heavens shall roll together as a scroll, because it looks like a rolled out scroll, man. You know, go on.
Just to back up what the brother's saying about the missiles being used for a purpose. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
So these are what? Your German, alright, mathematicians and stuff like that, man. You know, them Edomites, because Germans are very, very good at maths and physics, man, and chemistry. Okay, you know, they all shared that technology and stuff. Really, it's the Lord that gave them the formulas, man. Okay, because that manipulation of the elements, you know, power and heat, you know, and travel and all of that, man. The Lord, that's real science, man. Because people think that science is wicked. No, Esau has made science wicked, man.
Right.
But true biology, true chemistry, true physics is nothing but spiritual power explained, man. Okay, you know, and it comes from the Lord. But the Lord gave them that wisdom, or that insight, that knowledge, to be able to manipulate the elements and make such a destructive weapon, man. So the Lord said, I've given you what?
It's Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Yeah, so they got down in the lab and they done all the work, they done the calculations, which the Lord put it in their head, and they came up with this. Go on.
And I have created the waster to destroy. No,
That's the missiles.
no weapon that is formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
So as for the servants of the Lord, they're not going to be affected by the wasters, man. Okay. Psalms 91 also tells us that the pestilences won't come nigh thy dwelling. Okay. So pretty much all the evils, because evil means what? Bad times, man. So all the bad events and bad times that this world is experiencing and will continue to experience all the way up until the Lord's return, the elect won't be affected by that, man. Now, we go through it and be brought through the fire, as the scripture says, but it says it won't come nigh thy dwelling. Okay? You know? So when the missiles come, alright, you know, the only way out is what? Salvation, man. You know? Go on. Yeah, go back to
So back in Isaiah 34:4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. The heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, because when the fig falls, it falls in an arcade fashion, like that. It goes up and it comes down. It's on the tree, so it comes down like that. But how the ICBMs travel, they're shot up into the heavens, okay? And they guided technology, and it comes down in an arcade fashion, man. And you got different types of missiles. You got missiles that explode in the air and then come down, or you got them impact missiles that actually come all the way down and smash the ground, man, and then blows up, man. You got all them bad boys, okay? So as a fig falling from a fig tree in that arcane fashion, that's how the missile's going to be coming, man, okay? And there's something about a missile, like even when you watch RT News and stuff and they show you these missiles at their bases, there's something about it that just looks terrible, man. It looks scary, man. Mm-hmm. So imagine seeing that in the sky, flying, man, alright? And then you done, man. Go on.
So verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yes, so the sword is going to be bathed in heaven, meaning that the Lord's sword is what? Those missiles, man. And it's going to come down upon Idumea, the Greek is saying Edom. Okay? So as Ariel was saying, man, it's I mean, like, you're done, man. You know, there's no way out. Alright? Now you can kill yourselves and you can have your little councils talking about you know, ways to cope being an Edomite and stuff. You can do whatever you want to do. Bottom line is, man, the sword of the Lord is going to come down on you, man. Go on.
Verse 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fat, it's like it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of